Luxo lovers, we brought the dream watch to your screen. Patek Philippe Nautilus 5740 Tiffany Co moon phases and the ultimate collector's dream. We're looking at the Nautilus that changed what a Nautilus can be. In the next few minutes, we'll show where it sits in Patek history, why the moon phase is more than decoration, how that Tiffany Co line on the dial reshapes value, and the small touches that make serious collectors lean forward. Stay through the close-ups because the details are the story. Give Luxo-Life some love and let's begin. Historical significance? The Nautilus 5740 perpetual calendar arrived in 2018, the first time the Nautilus case carried a grand complication. That single move tied together three parts of Patek history: early wristwatch innovation in the 1802nd, the first perpetual calendar wristwatch in the 1922nd, and the 1976 Nautilus that rewrote the idea of a luxury sports watch. The 5740 is where those threads meet. Patek didn't rush. It waited until complexity could live in the Nautilus without losing its clean look, case, size, and wearability. On the wrist, proportions decide everything. The 5740 is 40 millimeters across and about 8.7 millimeters thick. That's slender for a perpetual calendar. It wears flat, slips under a cuff, and still has the presence that makes a Nautilus feel like a Nautilus. You get confidence without flash. The white gold case helps. White gold has weight and warmth, but it reads quiet. And because the metal is solid, scratches show the same color beneath. No plating to wear off. Alternating satin brush and polished bevels catch light softly from a distance and sharply up close. Lines and curves feel natural, never forced. Dial: blue sunburst versus Tiffany Co. The standard dial is a deep, iridescent blue with horizontal embossing. It shifts from navy to electric depending on the light. Applied white gold indices stay slim so the subdials can breathe. A perpetual calendar lives or dies on legibility, and the 5740 reads at a glance. Then there's the Tiffany Co co-signed version. Two names share one dial and the room changes. That Tiffany Co line isn't extra ink, it's provenance. It points to Fifth Avenue counters and a long partnership between two houses that shaped taste. Co-signed Pateks are rare. Put that signature under Patek Philippe and you don't just have a Nautilus. You have a conversation piece across the US. Collecting scene, perpetual calendar layout and moon phase. Function meets poetry. The calendar is laid out with day at 9, month, and leap year at 3, and date with moon phase at 6. It's a classic balance that keeps the dial calm. You see what you need without hunting, and nothing feels crowded. The moon phase is the quiet star. Patek builds it to drift by one day every 122 years. That kind of accuracy is uncommon in mechanical anything. On the wrist, it's a small window to the night. You're wearing the rhythm of the sky, and that gives the watch a mood no digital readout can touch. Movement, caliber 240Q. Turn the watch over and the story keeps going. The movement is Patek Philippe's caliber 240Q, a micro-rotor automatic built for thinness and reliability. The micro-rotor sits recessed into the plate, so the stack stays slim while the watch still winds itself as you move. That's how the 5740 keeps the case under 9 millimeters without giving up convenience. Performance is steady and honest. About a 48-hour power reserve, 21,600 vibrations per hour, gyromax balance, and a silicone hairspring that shrugs off magnetism and temperature swings better than steel. The movement is regulated in multiple positions, so it stays stable no matter how you wear it. It's not chasing hype numbers, it's chasing consistent time. Finishing details. Finishing reveals the human side. Bridges carry Côte de Genève stripes that line up cleanly. The base plate is frosted with pearlage. Beveled edges are polished, so light runs along them like a silver thread. Certain steel parts are black polished until they reflect like a dark mirror. None of this is needed to tell time. All of it tells you that someone cared. Bracelet and clasp. The bracelet is part of the legend. Links taper with the case, brushing on top and polishing on the sides. Each link flexes just enough to drape, so the watch wears like it was made for your wrist. The clasp closes with a firm click and keeps the line smooth when shut. When a bracelet fights your wrist, you feel it all day. When it flows, you forget it's there until the light hits it and reminds you. Water resistance and everyday use. Official water resistance is 30 meters. In daily life, that covers rain, hand washing, splashes, and life around a sink. It's not a diver, but the Nautilus idea has always been sport meeting elegance. You can wear the 5,740 through a full day without babying it, then sit down at dinner and feel perfectly dressed. Collector value and market position? Collectors ask 3 questions. How rare is it? What's the story? What's the condition? The 5,740 answers all 3. It's the first perpetual calendar in the Nautilus line. The story links Patek's grand complication history to its famous sports case. And with a clean example and full set, you have a piece that anchors a collection. Add the Tiffany & Company's signature and the curve gets steeper. Co-branded Pateks are scarce, and this sits at the crossroads of 2 blue-chip names. That pushes demand from both sides, Patek collectors and Tiffany collectors. Auction rooms notice. Private sellers notice. Prices follow. Authenticity and provenance? At this level, details protect dollars. Keep it simple. Buy the seller first. Ask for a full set. Inspect dial printing. Compare hands and calendar fonts to verified examples. Review movement photos and service notes. And for Tiffany Co signs, request proof of original sale through Tiffany & Company. Small things like font weight and spacing matter more than you think. Styling and versatility. Part of the magic is how easy the 5,740 wears in the States. Boardroom in Chicago on Thursday, coastal dinner in San Diego on Saturday. It fits both. The blue dial loves navy, gray, white, and soft earth tones. The case is slim enough for a suit and relaxed enough for a tee with a tailored jacket. If you enjoy a one-watch day, this one carries morning to night. Rival comparison. Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar. The natural comparison is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar. AP brings octagonal drama and tapisserie texture. The 5,740 answers with curves and restraint. Both are outstanding. Your pick is personality. The piece that announces itself across the room, or the piece that rewards the person standing next to you. Ownership, service, insurance, storage. Perpetual calendars are tiny machines that do a lot every day. That's why service matters. Stick to trained watchmakers. Avoid setting the calendar late at night, and keep the crown threads clean. If you rotate watches, give the 240Q a gentle wind before wear. Protect the asset. Schedule the watch on your insurance so travel and theft are covered. Store it in a home safe and use a bank box for longer stretches. Keep the full set together. Good records help if you ever sell, and they help your future self remember what you did and when. US access and allocation. For Luxo lovers across the US, access is part of the story. Authorized dealers carry long lists for complicated Nautilus models. Relationships help, but patience helps more. If you're aiming at a Tiffany-signed example, expect even tighter control because supply is tiny. The smart play is to buy well, hold with confidence, and enjoy the watch while the market does what markets do. The intangibles? Specs tell one story, feel tells another. The bezel edge flashing on a wrist roll. The moon at 6 glowing like a tiny night sky. The weight of white gold you only notice when you take it off. The clasp soft click. The bracelet settling and vanishing after a minute. These small wins make owners smile every day. Why the 5,740 keeps winning? The 5,740 keeps winning because it hits a rare balance. Famous sports case, true grand complication, and daily wear without drama. Most high complication watches live in safes or only come out for formal nights. This one can do a Tuesday commute and a Saturday wedding with the same calm. That flexibility turns a purchase into a companion. What it says about you? Watches talk. A 5,740 says you like design that lasts, you care about craft, and you value quiet quality over noise. If yours carries the Tiffany line, it also says you appreciate history and understand how provenance shapes value over time. You don't have to say a word. The watch says it for you. The Patek Philippe Nautilus 5740 Tiffany Co gives us heritage, refinement, and ease in one package. It doesn't yell. It doesn't need to. It puts a perpetual calendar and a moon phase inside one of the most recognized cases in watchmaking, keeps the profile slim, and stays comfortable all day. Add the Tiffany signature, and you move from special to grail. That's why this reference sits on short lists from coast to coast. We set out to show why the 5740 matters, why the moon phase at 6 is more than a pretty face, and how the Tiffany Co sign lifts the story. We walked through size, finishing, the dial, the movement, the bracelet, daily use, and ownership basics. If this helped you see the watch with fresh eyes, tell us which part landed with you. Your notes guide what we make next? Thanks for watching, Luxo lovers. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, drop a comment, and share it with others who appreciate fine timepieces. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Luxo-Life and hit the bell button so you never miss our latest uploads. We bring you deep looks into the watches and luxury pieces shaping collecting culture. Until next time, keep enjoying the finer things, and we'll see you in the next video, Luxo lovers.